I'm Barb, and today we're going to make a wooden top lid that goes in a foam core or mat board box that you create yourself and decorate yourself. So we're going to start with the lid. These are the finished lids themselves. We put 4 of these. There's 4 different parts. We've glued them together and they end up making a lid. Now, this right here is a rabbit. That determines how big the box is that this goes into. So you're going to be having this little plastic bag. It's going to already have 4 of these little pieces that go together to make the lid. So take it out of the rubber band and you're going to end up with 4 different little parts, okay, like these. And the first thing you're going to do is to take a pen and you are going to mark the edges, because what happens if the edges are clean and they show it all, they'll show this white edge, and we don't want that. So you're going to take and you're going to mark the edges. So choose a marker and you're just going to get it so that these edges are dark. Okay? And then when we glue, they won't show up really white and ugly. Okay? So now, next thing we do is we are going to glue them together. Okay, we want to get them in pairs. So this is glued, this is not. So we're going to use tacky glue. Tacky glue, wood glue is the best glue, but for school this is probably something that we already have. And we are going to put actually quite a bit of glue on this. Okay, we're going to get more than you think you need, and that's because to glue it and make it stay, it has to be plenty. We are only going to glue one side at once, okay? And then what you do is you stick it together and you match the pattern. And so you force it together until the glue starts coming out between it. And then you take a wet rag or a Q-tip, wet rag to get the excess glue off, clean it up. Okay, make sure that it sticks and is straight and level. So then you're going to glue this. We'll put the tacky glue all over the edges of this. Especially if you have littler, younger hands, they may need a little help doing this. Then what we do is put them together, match patterns, front and back, get your angles straight, get it straight this way and up on top, force them together, they'll move a little bit, and as soon as you feel like it's matched, then take 2 rubber bands, put one this way, and it may come off while you're doing this, and then put one the other way. And teachers of younger students, you will definitely need to help with this. Get your patterns again matching, get your corners matching, get your back together. Clean any excess glue you might have at this time on the corners and edges, and then you let it sit. Q-tips are for any of this glue that gets into those kinds of corners that you need just a little help getting out. And this is what your finished product will look like. When it's all done well, you'll have good corners, okay? They'll be matched on the back. Okay, now once your lid's done, what you've got is you've got a square. And you want a box to fit this, so we have to do some measuring, all right? So in this case, this box, it measures, if you measure this inside part that fits into the lid, it measures just under 3 inches. We want it to fit inside the box, so we need to, I'm going to go all the way to 3 so that there's almost 1/8 of an inch or a little extra on each side of my measurement. So what I did is I took mat board, and the mat board has a color on one side, usually white on the other. So what we do is we cut this to the measurements we need. What I'm doing with this one is I've actually glued on strips of paper towel so that it's got kind of a rough surface, and then I'll paint it. When it gets painted, and it's almost a paper mache when you're gluing it on, but you actually can see that you can paint it any color. This is just pure mat board. We are going to make a box that fits for a lid, okay? The lids I call buttons. All right, so these are called button boxes. Okay, so you take a piece of mat board and you're going to measure out. You can use a very, very sharp big paper cutter to cut this. Otherwise, it would be hard to cut it with scissors. So make sure that the instructors are the ones that do this, or ask me and I will help you. Okay? Anyway, and you want 5 of these. And the reason 5 is you've got 4 sides and then you've got the bottom. If you want just a square, then what you're going to do is all of these are going to be the same size. And what we do first is we are going to figure out what goes inside. Now this is a suede, gorgeous little suede covering, and so I'm going to put those on the inside, so I want the outsides to go together. Now to do this right, you need to put all 4 of them down. So I'm going to put 4 down so that when I bend them together they will make the box, but then I also need one here that's going to make the bottom. So what we're going to do is put some tape on it just so that it holds structurally, so that you can figure out whether you want to use duct tape, whether you want to paper mache it. But we're going to be doing some gluing of books that we have taken apart that were not good, that Skef has used, given me. And since the students, since they're not full books, we are able to cut them apart, so we'll decorate with that. So there's all different kinds of things that you can do to decorate with. So this is just putting it together so that it's really easy. And you can see I'm not putting tape on everything because I would be putting my glued structure of the outside, okay, which this was, it could be newspaper or paper towels. Paper towels have a little texture to it. That's why I like it. So now you pick it up and you just fold it into a box like this, okay? Okay, this is going to be the inside. So I've chosen a black inside, okay? And this inside, you can see, goes together like this. So I will put this, match your edges. Okay, so now you have the structural part of the box. Now it's up to you and each of you coordinators or whoever's doing this. The neat thing about it is you can put anything you want on the outside. Now what I did is I got some duct tape, okay? So I'm going to show you how easy just putting duct tape on to decorate this with. Okay, now I'm going to have a little excess here because I want some area to cover up. So this would be especially good for younger students where maybe it's going to be a little bit harder for them to use acrylic paints and things. It's up to you what you want. This has a lot of fun because you can cut the duct tape into patterns and designs. If you put it on like this, then all you do to end this, now I am going to fold these down on the bottom, but right here, all I want to do is either, if it needs to be straight, I'm just going to cut it off, and then all I'm going to do is just bend it over. Okay? This is just a start because in this case, I will probably be putting some more designs on it. So it doesn't have to go all the way over. But if you can see, if you get duct tape and it's taller and cut it off where it's a little bit longer, then you can actually make a border on the inside that would be going like this. So you'd want it even all the way around. But in this case, I'm actually going to put some other designs on it. I'm going to be putting some gold and black and gray decorations on the outside to make it look antique like this too. Older students would have a lot more fun, I think. You could paint it. It could be this kind of a texture where you paint it. You can do it with duct tape. The only thing that I'm going to do on this box is just make some really cool designs with duct tape and put it on.